Welcome to the old horseshoe on the banks of the old Ncaa, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes and one of the great settings in all of college football. Boy, the scarlet and gray already rocking this house. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. Fresno State will kick it off and we will be underway. On the move from inside his 5. Finds just enough space across the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Buckeyes offense will take the first swing of the game. And there he is. When you build a tight end, you build one just like this, especially with those reliable mitts, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, he makes big plays in big games. Watch for him on third down in the red zone. He has a chance to leave an impact in this game.
Well, it's so nice to have such a big body that when he's covered, he's open, right? Like, it doesn't matter because he's got great hands and that big...
Oh, picked off. Great move there. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
This is a team that believes they're way better than what their record indicates. I know they've got a losing record coming into this one, but they felt like they could make some plays early in this one and show the rest of the country just how good they are. Phenomenal job on defense. On the opening drive, getting the pick, and now setting the offense up here early with great field position.
He'll pull it on the read. Got the first down. Looking for more. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. They'll go to the counter play. Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
Yeah, it's a really good job with the misdirection, right? Bringing somebody's one direction with so much speed, the defense reacts. Now you bring another guy the other direction. Hard to see one and then react to the other, especially with that kind of speed on the field, and that's why you had a big play.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Up and over, Yabo be there into the end zone.
And you don't want to leave your feet very often in football, but this is one of those areas where you do. In the end zone, near the goal line, you smell it. A lot of bodies in front of you. Just get up, get over top of them, get that touchdown.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Trying to convert this second and short. Leaves it with the running back. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State bringing the ground game. They typically do that, Reese. That's pretty normal for them.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. You go back to Hopalong Cassidy. I mean, the Buckeyes love to run the ball, no matter how many times they spin the magic beat. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Ellington. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Quickly out to the tight end. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Really nice throw there to get the first down. And, you know, when you think about Ohio State quarterback play, especially here recently, it all comes down to efficiency. You have to make good decisions. You got to read the defense, and you got to be accurate. When you think of guys like Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud, guys who went in the first round, that's what they did. And this guy right here, I think he has the ability to be a first rounder in the future.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
The Buckeyes gathered up for the first down.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. I mean, they're about to run out of plays. 12th play of the drive coming up. Now on the option. Got enough space, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
He'll keep it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And the Bulldogs headed quickly to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Setting up the screen.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big 3rd down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Wants to bring it back. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the...
He lets one fly deep. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. It was just too easy, and he didn't look it in.
That is going to give that wide receiver nightmares, man. He was wide open. I don't know if there was a coverage bust on the back end, but that is a play that this dude needs to make.
Caught over the middle. It's Matonio. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Looking to move it through the air. Takes the easy completion. Open space at the 25. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. Now the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Ellington. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. It's complete to the right. Goes out of bounds on the play, and he's got him set up 1st and goal.
3rd down and short is exactly what you want in offense because you can run the football, make the defense suck up, but you can also throw.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Winding up to add another. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Oregon pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. Veni, vidi, vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. And that's precisely what the Ducks did. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Using his legs to buy some time. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. And this crowd loves a good pass rusher in the line of Chase Young, the Bosa's, Jim still wagging. The Buckeyes can get after the quarterback.
Yeah, and when the crowd's going nuts like it does in the shoe, it just makes...
And now they've lost the ball down here. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. Is this Christmas? Is this the gift-giving season? An absolute gift in the end zone, and the defense takes advantage, recovering the fumble for the touchdown. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They're just about to kick it off after that scoop and score 6. He'll bring it back from inside, and the ball is loose on the return. Scooped up by the kicking team.
Man, this kickoff unit, they've got heat-seeking missiles running down the field with bad intentions. They hit that return man with authority, and that's what popped the ball loose.
They'll throw it on 1st down. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Ohio State! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game, but I think...
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Fresno State right back to the line.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the Silver Bullets, guys flying around, giving great effort and getting to the football, but it all has to start up front on the D-line. You've got to be dominant at that position, and right there, you just saw that, the ability to win one-on-one and make a play.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. The snap sets up to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Fresno State will have to punt it away. That last howitzer was nice. How about another one just like it? He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Corrals it at the 45. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Got it in the middle. It's Ellington. Oh, he's so hard to get on the ground. He's got room. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Now inside the 20. 1st and 10 from the 18. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He wants to throw. Using the quick game. Tackled immediately after the catch.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Safe completion on the screen. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. And the Buckeyes are on the move. A 1st down run on the doorstep. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
That makes the score Ohio State 35.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
With the catch, it's Oben. Makes the catch, and he's brought down. The Bulldogs want to move quickly. They're going to throw it again. Grabs it in the middle. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. Looking to pass on second down. He makes the catch. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, this tight end can run these crossing patterns, and he can catch the ball against man coverage or zone coverage. That time, nice job seeing the ball in, helping his QB out.
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. He's going to pass. And he'll make the grab along the sideline, but he's not able to get to the first down marker. Twin receivers on both sides of the field. It's 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run. Fresno State working from the red zone. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They got it, it's blocked. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
They really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Across the 25, he's got room. Running toward the tape. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The inside handoff. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Defense might bring the house here. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. Fresno State will have to punt. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. On the option. He'll pitch it. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Dialing up a second down pass play. It's complete. A huge pickup. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Oh, man, the big fellas, they usually have the soft hands. Your security blanket is your tight end, but that one hit him in the hands, and he just couldn't pull it in.
The incomplete pass leaves them with second down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, looking again to throw. Makes a connection. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the route is on. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Quarterback on the keeper. And it's on the ground. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. They're out there to kick it off. The return team must rivet that ball to their rib cage. Can't afford another turnover. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Line gets set, first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. At midfield, he's got room. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Fresno State working from the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He caught it. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
Into double coverage.
The throw.
Hey, it's intercepted. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover zero. When I play cover zero, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball's going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking on the football and going and making the interception.
And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Looking to throw on second down. It's complete on the right side. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and second and 6. Pocket starts to collapse. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. First down to start the drive after the break. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Lofts one high and deep. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Here comes the offense on second down. Quarterback checking off. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Reels it in down the left side. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. Some might have the philosophy to milk the clock. Others have this philosophy. Just keep going at them.
Until you stop me. And I think the offense, you can tell, it's pretty clear. They're going to keep their foot on the gas, continuing to throw the football down the field, attack, make big plays like they have all game long.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice...
Touchdown, Ohio State! And the punishment has been extended. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And the extra point was good to finish things off. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
56. Fresno State, 7.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down here at the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership, come out here, lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. And the Bulldogs getting set on 1st and 10.
Get set.
Looking to move it through the air. The quick out. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down.
Jackrabbit.
He wants to throw. Feeling some heat. And that pass intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Throws for the tight end. Working on the right. It's a fumble. And the defense grabs it, and they're taking it the other way.
That looks like a real...
Timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Now inside 4 minutes to go here on second down. He's looking to throw. He uncorks one deep. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And the stomping has commenced. They've built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
That makes the score Ohio State 63.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive.
And the Fresno State offense will take over.
All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They'll throw it on first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
As a defensive lineman, let me tell you something. This is hunting season. This is when you pin your ears back and you absolutely fly to the quarterback, and you can see it. They know it's pass, and they get to him again.
It's complete. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. Going up top on first down. Makes his connection. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. 2nd and 1, and they're going to make him line up to defend the pass. 4 wideouts, 2 on either side. He's looking to throw. Got his man. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. New set of downs after that completion. Trying to find his man on first down. Quickly complete. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that. But Palmer, it's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account.
And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown. A little window dressing here at the end of the game.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, It's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Newton. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Keep it on the ground. At the 35, he's open. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. The Buckeyes in the hurry up. To the air on first down. Finds his back in the middle. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter.